got to know whether or not their president's a crook.
The American people would never vote for socialism. He said, under the name of liberalism, the American people will adopt every fragment of the socialist program.
The Prepper Podcast 104. The Prepper Podcast is an up-to-date survival podcast based on military, wilderness, and modern-day survival and may be found at theprepperpodcast.com. I'm Ken Jensen, and this is the podcast about everything survival. My goals is to teach you strategies on self-reliance and to develop survival skills and critical thinking in everyone, resulting in a more resilient and enjoyable life. This is episode 104, so don't get confused when deciding which type of bug-out bag you should choose. The choices can be overwhelming, but in reality, most bags fit into 4 categories: tactical assault packs, hiking packs, book bags, or duffel bags. Of these different bags, they will fit into 4 categories of frames: no frame, external frame, internal frame, or hybrid frame. Let's discuss the types of bags and frames so you don't end up carrying your gear in a cheap drawstring bag, a trash bag, flower power fanny pack, or a Rainbow Man purse by Coach. Decide what bug out bag is perfect for you so your bug out outperforms you, so that your bug out is performed with total success. Decide what bug out bag is perfect for you so your bug out is performed with total success. The show notes may be found at theprepperpodcast.com/104 or at theprepperpodcast.com/bag types. I am continuing my series on bugging out. By the time I am finished with this little series, I will probably have discussed if you should bug out, selecting and packing your bug out bag, bug out vehicles, bug out locations, and more. So now let's get into the topic. Easily choose your favorite bug out bag with the perfect frame. Okay, the perfect bug out bag is essential for success. It's absolutely necessary for success. If you're bugging out, you have chosen a bad situation over a worse one. If you're bugging out, it is the last resort. Okay, so if it's the last resort and you're going into a really bad situation, what you're coming from must have been extremely bad. So assume at this point that nothing else will go as planned. If you're on the road, you're going to get stuck. If you're going into the wilderness, you're going to get hurt. Nothing else is going to go as planned at this point. If your original plan was to drive where you needed to go, you could end up hiking up the side of a mountain with a monstrous pack on your back. A well-designed bag will reduce the amount of problems that you're going to face in these extreme circumstances. So let's choose a design that meets your needs. Every person is unique in their needs and their preferences. There are advantages and disadvantages to every type of bag. Choose the correct style bag and boost your chances. Okay? Boost it. Every person needs something completely different. So now let's go into some of them, like the tactical assault backpacks, hiking packs, book bags, duffel bags, and more. The tactical assault backpacks, it's obvious when someone has a tactical backpack on. Most of them are all black, drab or olive green, or camouflage. They're extremely durable. They're well-made backpacks. Tactical backpacks are great because they're designed to get to any and all gear at any time. Almost every pocket unzips enough to open the back all the way, lay it flat on the table, and work out of it. They do have a few problems, though. Many people that purchase them don't get one with a frame. A few miles down the road, they'll probably regret that choice. The other big problem is tactical backpacks scream, "Look at me, I'm prepared with life-saving equipment. Go ahead and take it." And trust me, other people, they're going to want to go ahead and take your equipment, especially if they know that you're one of those prepper types that has all the equipment that they need. All it takes is one bullet, and your stuff becomes their stuff. Remember that. You want to blend in a little bit more. Let's talk about hiking packs. Hiking packs usually come with the ability to carry a lot of gear. Most of them come with a well-designed frame to help carry the weight correctly. These bags are designed for heavy weight and are extremely durable. If you have 30 pounds of gear, then this pack is definitely for you. The only issue I have with these bags is the amount of thought that will have to go into packing them. They are not designed to get to everything at any time. You have a few pockets designed for this purpose, but the main pocket will be thoughtfully packed and therefore completely unpacked when you get gear out of it. You will have to take a lot of precautions to pack this bag correctly. So getting gear out, if you don't pack it correctly, is going to be a nightmare. These are usually some bright color as well. Instead, I choose to find dark, mute, or dull colors that don't draw attention to the eyes. Book bags. Let's talk about some book bags. The only reason why book bags is on here is because many people have them. They're not usually that durable, nor are they even well designed. Don't waste your money on book bags. For your bug out bag. Duffel bags. People have decided to use this type of bag because it has much more storage than a backpack. The downfall of a duffel bag is the difficulty of carrying it on long journeys. A lot of people think that this bag is a good option to go in, or they think that this is a good option because it's got wheels that you can get them with wheels on them and a handle, and you can just drag them along and you don't have to carry them. Well, that's great, unless you're in the wilderness. I wouldn't get a duffel bag. But the duffel bag is a very good option in a vehicle to help keep things organized in your vehicle. That's probably where I would throw those. And the last type of pack that I'm going to talk about is whatever pack that you have. Why is this even a category? Alright, I must be nuts to include just whatever backpack. All I'm doing is explaining why you would use a book bag or other poor design, okay? Maybe you don't have money for a new fancy bag. Don't worry about it. I told you don't waste your money on book bags or duffel bags, but guess what? If you already have that, it's better than carrying all the gear in your hands. You can't do that. So you use what you got till you can get something else. Use what you have. A poorly designed bug out bag is better than no bug out bag. Just remember to upgrade to something of better quality when you have an opportunity. A great bug out bag frame can help you hike for hours. Okay, picture this. If you're not driving, close your eyes, picture this. If you are driving, leave them open. I don't want you to wreck. But picture this anyways. You are listening to the radio. When you hear about an uprising happening close to you, you grab your duffel bag and your tactical backpack, throw it in your bug out mobile, and you get out of Dodge. On your route out of town, you get stranded in a riot. You left your car and your duffel bag because you decided to bug out on foot. One problem here. 5 miles into your march, your shoulders start to get sore, your back gets tired, and your knees get weak. Is there any clue as to why that happened? Maybe because you didn't have a good frame. You need to keep your keep your bag from being your weakest link. This is a common problem for someone that is hiking with a bag that isn't designed for it. You really need to keep a framed pack meant to distribute the weight and keep it close to your body and your center of gravity. If you don't choose the correct frame for you, you could be the recipient of severe consequences. So let's talk about some of the frames to help stabilize your gear. There are 3 main frame types that work well for a bag. You have the external frame, the internal frame, and the hybrid frame. Each frame has its own advantages and drawbacks. Know these advantages and drawbacks, know what is available, and choose what you need based on that. Let's first talk about external frames. Why should you consider an external frame? First, they have better weight dispersal. What this means for you is less compensating for shifting weight in your backpack. Because as you walk, weight is going to shift. And as it shifts, it's going to put new weight in different locations. But if you have an external frame, it does a really good job at distributing this weight evenly so that you don't feel the shifting of weight that much. If you want something close to your body so there is less weight causing you to lean, then skip the external frame. And it's not about the shifting of weight, it's about the overall placement of weight relative to your body. Internal frames are really good with this actually. Internal frames are close to the body, so it feels like it's more connected to your body. You end up leaning a little bit less than you would with an external frame. They're poor at dispersing weight evenly though, so you'll end up doing more work on one shoulder than the other or not quite getting the perfect amount on your waist. So the weight distribution isn't going to be as good with an internal frame pack, but it is a little more comfortable and it is closer to your body so you're not straining and leaning against the weight too much. Now let's talk about hybrid frames. This is not, let me repeat this. This is not the best of both worlds. It's pretty good at both though. It sacrifices some in each area. It's like an internal frame and an external frame. It's pretty darn good at both, and it sacrifices some in each area. It is not the best of both worlds. Hybrid frames have better weight dispersal over internal frame packs, but are closer to the body than most of the external frames. So this means that as your weight shifts, you're not going to feel it as much as you would with the internal frame. And you're also not going to do as much work leaning as you would with an external frame. Now, although there are increasingly different types of hybrid frame packs coming out, I'm going to tell you one very reliable design is the perimeter frame. All it is a frame around the perimeter of the pack. So you can find the perfect bag with the perfect frame. When researching and trying out bags, don't forget to research different frames because they all lay differently on your body. There's a perfect bag and frame out there for you. You can find it. You just have to try many of them out to get a baseline of how each type feels. Don't purchase it if you haven't tried it. So let me ask you a question. What type of bag do you have? Do you have a tactical backpack? Do you have a hiking pack? Book bag? Duffel bag? What do you have? I would recommend using a duffel bag in your car. If you have a book bag right now, use that. And then upgrade to either a tactical assault pack or a hiking pack. I would probably choose a hiking pack over a tactical assault pack. I I would use a tactical assault pack for like an EDC type scenario, but I would prefer a hiking pack for my bug out bag. It's going to be better in the long run. And which frame do you want? Do you want the external frame? Do you want an internal frame? Do you want a hybrid frame? Now, if you choose a hybrid frame, I know I gave you one situation, one type of frame, but if you're going to choose a hybrid frame, it's important for you to look at all the different types of hybrid frames out there because they are getting ridiculous with the amount of different frames are available as a hybrid frame. So I would probably choose a hybrid frame, hiking pack for my bug out bag. So once again, don't let your bag be your weakest link. Find that perfect bag. You need to go try these things on. Try these bags on before you purchase them. If you're going to purchase it online, you still need to go to the store and try some different ones on. You need to know how these things fit. Now, if you couldn't take show notes because you were on the go, don't worry. I took detailed notes for you that you can find at theprepperpodcast.com. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to subscribe to me using the Apple Podcast app. If you want to thank me for the amazing free information I bring to you, please share my podcast on Facebook or Twitter, or give me a review at theprepperpodcast.com/iTunes. And with that, this was Ken Jensen of theprepperpodcast.com, teaching you strategies on self-reliance so that you can build a more resilient and enjoyable life. Have a wonderful week. This is Ken, signing out.